So here is my new art journal that I created for the FlowerFest that is coming up this month. And I wanted to give you a flip through of how this art journal looks before I even start working on it. Okay, so it already looks like there is a lot of art in this journal, but that is just how I created it. And I'm gonna share with you what all I used in these and how you can also create an art journal like this. Okay, so for the cover I have used 3 pieces of cardboard. So this is one piece. This was from a box of a packaging. That's all. So this is a cardboard. This is a cardboard equal size, and there is a small piece of cardboard. Okay, as whatever thickness I wanted the journal to be. And then I put 3 pieces together, taped it down, and added some collaging on top of it just to keep them together. And that's it. It was done. On the inside I have added some book pages just to cover it up, and I've added fabric inside and outside both just to secure these 2 joinings. This is a fabric that I have acrylic dyed, and it's gorgeous. I love the color of this fabric that has happened here. And this is just a fabric of my old dress that I don't use anymore. And then here I have added a corrugated cardboard for pockets, and I have kept some of my finger painting florals that I have pasted 2 of them here. I like creating like quick florals with acrylics and using my fingers, and then I tear them up very roughly, and that is how I create these florals. I love doing these kind of things, small things, and I have kept it here so I can use them if I need them anytime. Okay, so now let's do a complete flip through of, there is a pocket on the back also, and here are some dried petals and flowers. That is what I've kept here. Okay, and for the cover I have added some gesso, some tissue paper to create the wrinkly texture, added some colors, and that's it. Here I have added a little bit of stencil of text and just colored over it. All right, now let's do a flip through. So this page is a craft paper on which I have just doodled some florals. This is a fabric on which I had painted some florals with watercolor, I think. Yeah, watercolor. So if you paint on one side of the fabric, the other color side also gets some color. This is just a fabric, like a net fabric kind of a thing, which has some floral imprints on them. And I love this. This creates kind of like a veil, right? This is a vintage printable that I got for free from this website called flickr.com. This is a painting that I tried. So I did a floral class of Wendy Brightbill. So I did a lot of our things I was learning from our class I was doing on loose papers, and those papers I have included here. So this is one that I learned from her class. This is a painting that I had done long back with fingers again, just a finger painting on canvas paper, and that I have tore into half and created, put it as 2 pages. There is another half of this page also. This is a watercolor floral that I have printed out, and this is the printout. These are just some plain pages I've kept. If I want to, like, learn some new techniques and do it from the FlowerFest, that is what I will do in these inside pages. They're just absolutely plain white pages. So now you're just seeing the other side of this first signature. So I've created 3 signatures. So this was the first one. Now let's look at the second signature. So this is again something I did from Wendy's. There was a free class also called 30 Days of Creativity. I think this I learned from there. Oh, here is my Impasto Blooms. So I have a class on Impasto Blooms, and I created these mini paintings over there. So that I have added with a fabric flip over like this. So I can do some journaling or paint something over it and keep it like that. I have so many more of these. I think I kept a few here. And I love these mini windows with florals. This is just that same fabric that I had used in the backing. This is a black and white messy florals that I did. I think I have a video on this process, not exactly this page, but I will link that video. I have it on YouTube, so you can watch that up if you want to see how the process of creating this kind of papers. And then I have taken a printout of that. So printables are great if I don't want to use the actual page, because that is what I like to use for collages, the real page. And then I take printouts and use them as journal pages. And then I've kept this page white so that I can work on it. This is also another printable of another watercolor doodle. This is a burlap. I love having these in my art journals because they create textures. Plus, I can create something on top of this. I don't know yet what I'm going to do, but yeah, I'll think of something. And I think the blue and this color goes so good next to each other. This is a coffee dyed paper with stencil. I love this page, and it has little bit of this botanical popping in. So I use two stencils, a script stencil and a botanical stencil. This is a printable. This is a coffee dyed page, and in the middle I left a few. I think this is a mixed media page. This is a canvas page. So this is the end of signature 2. Now we are on to the last signature. So this is again a printable of one of my paintings. This one I think I did on deli paper, watercolor florals, which I love doing. This is a page from that I created from Wendy's class. This also. And this is something so special. This is a fabric that I stitched on. The stitching part is on the other side, which I'll show you, that I did probably in 5th standard or 6th standard in school. We had sewing class and I did stitches of florals, embroideries, which is so awesome that I learned to do that at such a young age. This is another printable of that black and white inky papers that I created. Here is a beautiful fabric that my mom gave me. This is a eco-dyed paper. This is a transparent paper. This is the other half of that painting that I was talking about. I tore it into half and put it as 2 pages in my book. This I kept, I wanted to create a flap-on, but I haven't done that yet, so I kept it here. So these white pages again are for creating some full spread paintings. And here is the embroidery that I did, I don't know in what standard, 4th or 5th or 6th, something like that, where I did, we used to learn stitching in school as part of our sewing curriculum. So this is what I created as a kid. And my mom gave it to me very recently, a month or 2 back. And I thought instead of keeping it in my fabric pile, it would be good to have it in my journal so that I can flip through it and have a look at it. This is a painting that I did some time back, and then I used it as a page in this journal. And that's it. So you can say that like 20% of my journal is kind of full, and there is 80% remaining to be filled, which I am excited to fill during the FlowerFest. So if you don't know about FlowerFest, I will post a link about it below. You can watch all the details about you can get to know all the details about the fest, and then you can sign up also. It's gonna happen this month in July 2025, and I would love to see you there. And I have a lesson over there. I'm teaching a lesson. I'm one of the guest artists, and I'm teaching something called Wildflower Within, where I'm teaching you how to incorporate one of the wildflowers, like these wildflowers that I have here, how you can embed them in your journal page and create a beautiful spread out of it. Here is the journal spread that I'm going to teach you in the FlowerFest, where you can see this is a real wildflower that I've put in, embedded it inside this journal page. So if you want to learn something like this, you can sign up in the FlowerFest, and I will see you inside the FlowerFest. So I'm so excited to start working on this beautiful journal. and it's going to be all about flowers. And I have so much of my floral fussy cuts here that I can use in my art journal here, and I can't wait to start creating in it already. So you can just start putting things down and it looks good on the cover, right? Maybe one more. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the FlowerFest.